Right guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. Today's video just going to be going over a new water feature build. We're going to be using the Biling 20w solar fountain as a pump for this feature. Something slightly different than my typical features here, going for more of a kind of bubbling stone type feature. So stick with this guys, and I'll just show you the process of sort of constructing that, what it looks like at the end, and just give you kind of the thoughts on this style of feature. We're going to be putting this feature guys down over by the sort of Mediterranean area that we're creating, which is down by the sort of Butia and off the back there where the large bananas are. So let me just show you the materials I'm using and go through the process with you. So to show you here, kind of inspired, you're going to make a another sort of pondless feature. I'll show you a little clip in a second of kind of the basic function I'm thinking of. You can see here guys, I've had this rock in the garden for quite some time. It's got sort of a drill hole through it. Just been sat in the mini golf course, not much use for it. But when I received the solar pump, I did give it a test of an idea that I've been thinking about for a while, which is sort of a bubbling stone. You may have seen these features in other places as well, where the water comes up through the stone and then sort of bubbles out over it. And what I'm going to be doing is making this one into, again, a pondless feature. Now, what I'm going to be doing, guys, is something similar to this size bucket here. I think I'm actually going to use that one you can see flipped over there. And I'm going to be, I think this is the idea here, guys, is back in this little area. We've got water over there, got obviously plenty of water over there. I wanted to tie a little bit of a water feature into here and run this off the solar pump. Now again guys, it's just to highlight something slightly different. I don't have any sort of bubbling stone type features in the garden. So what I'm going to be doing guys is taking this pot here, sinking it into that hole, lining this with a pond liner, and then essentially something like this guys. Going to be using an empty pot flipped upside down inside to create our cavity, probably slightly higher than that. The pump's going to go within that, and then basically that bubbling stone's going to sit on top, hopefully sort of level to the pot slightly, maybe slightly higher. And what I'm going to do is then backfill it with sort of a thicker gravel, so a thicker kind of stone, almost like a pond stone, so that it keeps a cavity there, and then this will all be level with the ground. So essentially guys, it's just going to look like a pile of stones, or a sort of flat little bit of stone, and then having the bubbling rock sort of sticking out, and that's the only water you're going to see going out, and that's of course just going to filter right back down into there. Right guys, so you can just see here, I've sort of got the pot sunk roughly to ground level. Now bear in mind this area is going to be lifted about sort of half an inch to an inch, so it should be exactly level, if not slightly above where this pot is. You can see here now guys as well, what I have done is to use the lip from the other pot that goes in here that I've cut off, and I'm flipping that upside down. I'm going to use that as a catchment for some of the larger stone. Now I do need to still take this out, drill this on the side so I can make sure loads of water gets into the cavity in the center. But with that said guys, it is kind of starting to come together. I've used a lot of the dirt that was in here to backfill and lift this part here by the new volcano, and you can see here guys, we've got some of the North Sea cobbles that we're going to be using for this particular feature, with some sort of larger and smaller rocks around as well. What I'm going to do though, just kind of get it roughly set up and just show you what that kind of looks like. Alright guys, just to show you here, and just to point out we are getting some much needed rain, which is godsend here. Just to show you what I've done is to sink that in. You can see I've lined underneath the pond, underneath the bucket, and then backfill with some of these, the North Sea cobblestones. Now what I am doing guys, you can see here, and this is just going to be more for like a maintenance thing, is I've cut off the bottom of another one of the pots to cover over that one. Now the purpose of this guys is when I go to do maintenance or anything like that, if I need to change the pump, I can simply remove any of the rocks from around the side bits, and then I should be able to just lift off this whole bit with the stones, move it aside, take out the pump, and replace it back when I'm done here. Just going to get a few more stones in, hopefully, well, depending on how much it rains at the moment, just to kind of see what it's going to look like with the liner and everything covered there. Just to show you here, we've kind of replaced some of the larger stones around it. Of course, you can still see little bits of the plastic there at the moment. Of course, that's all going to get tucked in, so you won't really see any of that. But as you can see, guys, what I've done is placed a couple other stones around it. Again, hopefully giving you this impression, guys, when we stand from sort of this position here, we get low, you can just see the bubbling stone circle right there. Hopefully, again, that will kind of protrude and stand out. Again, just creating a small sort of bubbling water feature back here. Again, I think it will kind of bring a little bit of water to this area of the garden without anything too sort of in your face, just kind of a subtle feature here as well. What I'm going to do now is remove the top. We'll get the Biling pump into it. So this is your Biling 15-watt solar pump that we've had and reviewed. We're going to get that into here, and I'll just show you what that kind of looks like on an initial run. Of course, we're going to do a wet test as well on that one. Alright, so you can see now I've got the pump in the inside, we've got the cable running on the outside. Coming up to center there is the hose pipe for it. Now I've got the little foam gasket here, which I'm going to be using on the actual stone. So into here, and what that's actually going to do is just hopefully give that a nice little seal where the pump comes up, keeping all that water coming up there as well, which I'll show you here. Alright guys, sorry about the wind here, but you can just see starting to fill this up. What we're going to do is a wet test. Now, one thing I'd always suggest, guys, if you're doing any water feature builds, is to make sure you've got a full seal before you do anything else. Last thing you want to do, guys, is start decorating around, getting it looking all pretty, and realizing that it's not working the way you intended it to, or maybe you have a leak, something like that. So yeah, just to say that, guys, as we are filling here, I'm going to make sure it works properly before I go around backfilling all the stones around it. But what we'll do is just show you that filled and testing it for the first time here, guys. So just to show you here, this is the kind of general setup. Now you can look at the sky, guys. It's very sort of gray and overcast, so I'm surprised the pump is even putting out anything right now. Just goes to show, guys, this 20-watt Biling pump really does the job. You know, just based on the solar panel there. Again, if you have any of the battery backup, that's going to go for a lot longer. But as you can see, guys, even on very, very low power at the moment, we're still getting kind of a bubbling stone effect. If I take a look at it from this angle, you can just see it kind of topples out the top, runs off the sides there. Now, of course, guys, this is all going to be backfilled with the stone area, but just to show you it kind of initially working, again, guys, we're just ensuring that we're not losing any water out the sides or anywhere else as we go to sort of backfill this and make it look as if it's kind of just a stone protruding out of the flower bed here. But what we're going to do, guys, is let this run for an hour or two before I do that. But what I'll do is show you that all sort of backfilled with the gravel and everything, and what it kind of looks like there. Alright, so I've put some more stones around here, and you can just see now when looking in, giving a nice sort of bubbling effect, just coming out over the top of the rock, which is exactly kind of what I want for this feature. You know, when it gets a bit more sunny, I think we'll probably get about another ½ inch of lift or so coming out where the water's coming out here where it's bubbling. But again, I don't want it too crazy, because that's when we start splashing out and, you know, we'll start losing water at that point. At this point, at the moment, guys, you can see even with the top on, all of the stone around it hasn't even gotten wet yet, which is good because that's where you're going to get your most evaporation from. So you might notice, guys, on some of my other features, you know, on occasion I do need to top up if they're running for a long time, and majority of that is down to evaporation, which you'll find certainly, guys, as it sort of warms up in summer, the likelihood that these are going to drain a little bit is more so. So just bear that in mind, guys. You know, that's why we've added quite a large reservoir underneath here. General rule, I typically go anywhere between sort of a third of the water feature's volume in the reservoir. Just ensures, guys, once again, we're not kind of out topping up all the time on that one here. But just with that said, guys, yeah, just really wanted to show you that feature. You know, again, something very subtle. You know, at the moment, guys, I've just got the solar panel on the side temporarily. We will get that mounted and everything else once we're completely happy with it. But just for now, guys, really just to show you, you know, when you you know, with pond pumps and things like that, guys, you know, it's really down to your imagination as to what you can do with them. This just gives you another idea of how you could use the 20-watt Biling solar fountain pump. to create sort of your own style of water feature. Now, of course, guys, once these bananas grow in at the back, we get a few more plants in here. The ferns have come out and a bit around the back there. This should just kind of nestle itself in between the plants, so that, again, bit of a hidden feature until you're sort of back here and checking out this part of the garden. The idea is you're going to come down the path here to come to the back, and then come across the feature tucked underneath all the plants there. But just with that said, guys, yeah, just wanted to show you that for today. Just to give you an idea, guys, lots of things you can do with fountains. It's really, as I mentioned, down to sort of your creativity and imagination. If you're not subscribed, certainly feel free to do so. Of course, check out the friends of the channel as well. I'll also put a link to the product in the comment section, so if you would like to kind of check out this product that I'm using, as I say, so far using it, guys, you may have seen from my other water features that I've tried with it. Really great stuff here. Looking forward to trying a few more of the other pumps as well. But just with that said, guys, of course, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.